Hello there. In this video I asked ChatGPT a question: what are 10 great goals for 25-year-old males? This is an exercise that I personally did when I was 24, 25 years old, and I constantly reflect on those goals. So ChatGPT gave me some answers and I want to give my commentary. So I asked the question: what are 10 great goals for 25-year-old males? And I will give a personal anecdote as I read them. Number 1. Career development. At 25, it's a good time to focus on building your career. Set goals for where you want to be in your career in the next 5 years and work towards achieving them. So I think at the age of 25, you've had plenty of dreams growing up. And by the time you're 25, you're actually experiencing what it means to build a career, have a job at all, and have responsibilities. So indeed, it's a good time to focus on building your career, but at the same time, you should have asked yourself the question: what would I do if I no longer had to work for money? Would you be working? Would you be traveling? Would you be spending all your time behind the TV at home eating chips? What would you do if you no longer had to work for money? Work towards achieving that goal. I think that would be my first advice. So, number 2, in related terms, financial stability. Start working on achieving financial stability by setting up a budget, paying off debts, and saving for the future. Yeah, this seems like solid advice, especially starting at a young age of 25 in your 20s. Investing early can help tremendously later in life. If you invest successfully, you can compound your wealth. The more years you spend investing, save up money, set it aside for the future, the more it compounds, well, without you having to do work or do a lot at all. All you have to do is wait and choose the right strategy. So setting up a budget is a big tip. Track your income, track your expenses on a monthly basis, weekly basis, whatever, and be honest to yourself. Because eventually, if you're not honest to yourself, reality will at some point catch up to you. And having said that, I think paying off debts or avoiding debts is a wise move if you're relatively new to money. Debt can be a great way to achieve bigger financial goals, but if you don't know what you're doing, debt can be very dangerous. And also saving for the future. Of course, you don't want to spend your whole life doing the same job if you have to do it against your will. So saving for the future can free you up and give you the ability to choose what you want in life, regardless of money. And that's what I think it means to be financially independent. The third is personal growth. And as you may tell, I'm a big fan of personal development. Focus on personal growth by setting goals for personal development, learning new skills, and trying new things that challenge you. Yeah, absolutely. Focusing on personal growth is probably some of the biggest investments you can do in your life. You can find out what your flaws are, what your strengths are. You can learn a lot of skills. Like, for example, some skills in my life I thought were just not natural to me. But in the last 3 years, I actually found out that you can learn a lot of skills. For example, talking in public, or relationship skills, investing, making videos, or paradigm shifts, being proactive, thinking for the long term, and not reacting emotionally, but taking a proactive stance by looking at things objectively. So yeah, learning new skills is something you can choose to do, and trying new things that challenge you means that you aim to get higher and test your limits. And as you test your limits, you can grow your limits and grow as a person overall. Other people can benefit from that by you being an example or exploring other areas in life with them or for them. Yeah, personal growth is a very, very great goal for the 25-year-old. 4. A healthy lifestyle. Adopt a healthy lifestyle by setting goals for exercise, nutrition, and mental health. Oh yeah. So this is a big personal passion of mine, a healthy lifestyle. If you don't already know, I've set some 2023 goals for myself. 2 of those goals regards exercise by doing 24,000 pull-ups and 42,000 push-ups in a year, as well as run 1,000 kilometers. So setting goals for exercise helps you stick to that goal of being healthy and adopting a lifestyle that you want. And of course, exercise gets paired with nutrition. Keep in mind that you are what you eat. Whatever you eat and drink, it becomes you. It gets transformed into your body, gets used for a while, and then it leaves the back door basically. Carefully choose your nutrition and realize that you are responsible for what you eat. If you decide to drink alcohol, realize the effects of alcohol. Personally, I, for example, stay away from alcohol at all because I am aware of some of the negative consequences of alcohol and I no longer find any benefits in it. I start to do the same for sugar, and I've had a paradigm shift about carbohydrates and fats. Try to see what you can learn about nutrition regarding a healthy lifestyle. And perhaps most importantly is your mental health. You can be physically fit all you want and have a nice body, but if you're not well mentally in your head, what's the point of it? If you can't find happiness in your life, then I don't think life is fun at all. I'm very grateful that I haven't been at the depressed side of life, but actually the opposite. I'm very happy. I have enough in my life, and that means that I have room to gain more wisdom and collect life lessons and share them with other people so they can see the benefits. I have enough, and I'm very happy. And that's a great foundation for a 26-year-old man. So next is travel. Set goals to visit new places and travel to places you've always wanted to see. Especially at a young age, the world is, in this current times, at your feet. You can go basically everywhere you want within 24 hours if you have the budget, a reasonable budget. Visiting new places can open you up to new paradigms or open you up to new priorities in life. I've been traveling in 2021 myself. Well, it was not really traveling, it was basically working abroad for like 3 months. And I was not even working, I was just skiing every day for 3 months. But I learned some great people there, and it's good that I did it, but I wouldn't do it again. I don't feel the need to do it again because I've done it. Sounds weird, but yeah, it's something I've crossed off my list. Perhaps it will come back to my list later, but I have some other priorities right now. Number 6 is relationships. That's an important topic in current times, or basically all times. Build healthy habits with family, friends, and a partner, if desired, by setting goals for communication, quality time, and emotional connection. Yeah, of course, you can be the most happy person in the world, but I think you can take it a level up from there. You grow up as a dependent person, a baby, you're dependent on your parents for food and nutrition, you're dependent on teachers for your education, etc. So that you at some point become an independent person. But an independent person, again, is not the cap. You want to grow from independent to an interdependent person. So that whatever you are as a person, you can offer that to the world for the world to grow and benefit from it. I think that's what life's ultimately about. You can become better at relationships by, again, setting goals for communication skills, scheduling quality time with certain people, and you can become better at controlling your emotions or expressing them. Again, for everyone to benefit from it. So we are at number 7, community involvement. Get involved in your community by setting goals for volunteer work and giving back to the community. And this actually relates back to point number 1, where I asked the question, what would you do if you no longer had to work for money? You won't get the answer right away, but getting involved in your community and do volunteer work can get you started and give you an idea of what you want in life. And again, it comes back to the point of the relationship where you want to grow as a person so the world can benefit from it. Community involvement ultimately for giving back to the community. That's what gives you fulfillment in life. That's what my experience is. 8, creativity. Explore your creative side by setting goals for artistic expression, writing, or other creative pursuits. What I'm doing right now is one example of creativity. I set goals for having my own business in 2023, and I tried to build a YouTube channel as my business. And it's also a way of expressing myself artistically, creatively, and sharing my passions and my goals. Also, writing, keeping a journal is a great way to keep you creative and open-minded. I once heard a quote from, I think it was Jim Rohn, and he said, "I don't know what I think until I write it down." Get a journal, people. It helps you get your thoughts out of your head and realize what you think. 9. Education. Yeah, I think we've had this one before, but continue to learn and grow by setting goals for further education, whether it be through traditional academic routes or online courses. But education in particular, of course, you can learn any skill, get better at a certain skill. Once you've graduated from college or whatever, you've got your diploma and certification or whatever, don't think it ends there. Keep growing as a person and remain open to new paradigms and perspectives in life. And 10, I love that this is the last one. Philanthropy. Give back to society by setting goals for charitable giving or philanthropic activities that align with your values. First, you may have to decide what your values are, and 1 to 9 are a good way to get started on knowing your values. Again, this is going back to many points we've discussed before, where you as a person can give to the world so that the world benefits from it, and ultimately you as well. It's such a logical thing to me. Giving back to society. It means that you have enough and that you care about the world you grow up with. By setting goals for charitable giving and philanthropic activities, you actually have something tangible that you want to work for. So even when the days are getting tougher for you personally, you can still get through it. That's the power of having clear what you want in life. So yeah, these are the 10 great goals for 25-year-old males. Not specifically 25-year-old males, but if these goals speak to you, use them. I'm sure there are plenty of other great goals that ChatGPT can come up with, and that I can come up with, that you can come up with. This video is mainly about the point of, I wanted to see how I can reflect on myself. I really enjoyed making this video, and I hope you can benefit from it. So what will you do after this video? I will be eating a big tuna pizza and enjoy my evening. I've crossed off many things that I wanted to do today in my journal, and now it's time to enjoy the rewards. I wish you a nice evening, and I love you, dear stranger.